Now on Radio 4, Nicholas Murchie and Greta Scacchi star in a tense political thriller, Redacted.
The next station is Westminster.
Truth. It's up for grabs, right here and right now. You may have noticed there's a war on. A battle for control of the facts, for control of the truth. If we even know what that is anymore.
Morning, Fiona.
Milk, 1 sugar, please. Whenever you're going.
Here in Whitehall, in our obscure little department, we deal in secrets. After 30 years in a locked vault, boxes of government files set out on a journey. A journey from past to present. From the darkness to the light. Some of these documents contain classified material. Sensitive. And it's up to us, Fiona and I. We decide what gets exposed to the light of day and what inconvenient truths get sent back to the vaults. Back to the shadows.
Jonathan. Oi.
What?
You need to see this.
After Gorbachev pulled the Soviets out of Afghanistan...
You're going to want to see it, believe me.
She couldn't resist,
Who?
could she? Thatcher. She sent this letter to her.
For God's sake, will you please
It's like a letter from the headmistress. Jolly well done, Mikhail. Keep up the good work. What is it?
January 89. Briefing note to the PM, with enclosed confidential account.
Reporting to the Bradford demonstration. What's she scribbled on it?
This man must be investigated immediately. Triple underscore.
Oh, she really means it. What man?
It'll be in the report somewhere. But look at the signature at the bottom of the note. The Home Office Minister responsible. What do you reckon?
I'll take a proper look when I finish this.
You don't think...
What?
Could be a conflict of interest?
Fiona's right, of course. This is not appropriate. I should close the Bradford file right now, hand it over to someone else. But something stops me. I need to know what's in there. I need to have control over it. Because the name at the bottom of the file, it's not just a long-forgotten Home Office minister. It's my wife. My wife.
Hello?
Monica's too busy to welcome me home. She's in the middle of a brainstorm with her pet intellectual, Shofi.
What response from the broadcasters?
Steve at Al Jazeera.
Shofi's a generation younger than me. Passionate, brilliant, righteous. Of course she wants to spend more time with him than with me. Who wouldn't? They have a plan. They're organising an event to demonstrate how they will save the world from misguided young jihadis. Or this bit of the world, anyway.
Sorry, Jonathan. Hogging your dinner table.
Not to mention my wife.
She's all yours.
Thanks.
I've got to run.
Shofi's taking part in a debate tonight at the LSE.
Live streaming on Facebook if you're interested.
What's the motion?
That there's no such thing as impartial news coverage.
Is that what you believe?
Pretty much. Everyone has an agenda. I'll call you with an update in the morning, Monica.
Thanks, Shofi.
I try my best.
To what? Antagonise him?
Can't help it. The smugness of the born-again rationalist.
Yes, he's the voice of reason in a dangerous world. I don't see why you have a problem with that.
You're right, I'm wrong. I'm a bad person refusing to take Shofi and his type at face value.
His type?
You want some wine?
No, tell me more about Shofi's type.
Well, you tell me, you spend more time with him.
I have to make some calls.
I saw your name today.
Oh?
Came up. The Prem Files. 1989.
In what context?
Mehdi Amiri.
What was in there? The file?
A covering note you sent to the PM with a police report into a demo in Bradford.
But there's more, right? About Amiri?
Probably.
You will keep me informed, I hope, as you go along.
I can't discuss the file.
Under the circumstances, given that my name appears
Not even then.
Well, in that case, we'd better pretend we never had this conversation. There's a casserole in the oven.
No time. I'm going to the rugby with Matthew. Quins versus Saracens.
Try not to wake me when you come in, please.
So, where's the venue this year?
Verbier?
Okay.
It's kind of pretty upmarket.
Yeah, so I've heard.
Should have a table for you very soon, guys.
Thanks. I don't have to go. It's not compulsory.
Well, you'd be missing out. Can't have that, can we? I appreciate it, you know.
What?
How you never take it for granted, the money thing.
I don't know how you do it. It can't be easy.
Well, what matters is you have the things that you need.
I'm not sure I describe a week in Verbier as a necessity.
Oh, don't start that again.
Is that Monica?
Score flash, the rugby.
Wait, you have an app.
I'm a middle-aged rugger bug, of course I've got a tragic app.
So, how are things?
Quinn's ahead, half-time.
You and Monica?
Let's not get into that tonight.
Well, why not?
Because I don't want to, okay? There's nothing to worry about.
In other words, mind your own business. You put too much pressure on yourself.
Oh, I don't think that's true.
Trying to be perfect, all things to all men, and a few women. Go on then.
It's fine. Not a slave to the thing.
Check the score.
What's in there? Jonathan.
I'm across it, okay?
Let me see. From the intelligence reports we've seen, we're in no doubt that Mehdi Amiri poses a very serious threat to the UK. This is the police report.
He travelled to Bradford for a demo against the Satanic Verses, tried to stir up violence. It was a tense time. Hostages in Beirut. Lockerbie had just happened a month before.
Amiri has links with wider terrorist groups which consider themselves at war with the West. The Home Office must urgently decide what to do about him. Come on, Jonathan, you can't review this file impartially. Your wife...
Morning, both. What about her?
Who?
Your considerably better half. What's the gossip?
She's dragging me along to the festival hall tonight, Beethoven.
I thought you liked Beethoven.
Oh, I'm his #1 fan, but I'm really too busy.
Yeah, on which subject? Less than a week until the deadline. I've just been with the Cabinet Secretary. He doesn't want a repeat of last year. No files reviewed after the deadline, OK? Everything goes to the National Archives in good time.
One thing you can do to help make that happen, Derek.
What's that?
Leave us in peace to get on with it.
Tell you can't go to the concert. Or our date nights with the fragrant Monica sacrosanct.
Yeah, see you later, Derek.
Beethoven.
Actually true.
You need to get back to Gorbachev. Sensitive stuff that deserves your full attention, yes?
Absolutely. I'll just read a few more pages.
Christ. If Derek knew about this...
He won't. Unless you tell him.
Thanks a lot.
You're a pal.
And you're a prick. Don't mess me about, Jonathan, OK?
Well, I think it's ridiculous at his age.
He's always done it.
Swaggering around the podium like he's performing on some TV talent
Well,
show.
I enjoyed it. It moved.
Beethoven's music is transcendent enough without the conductor milking it for every last ounce of emotion.
I've read some more. The file.
I thought you couldn't discuss it.
I said I shouldn't discuss it. Well, if you're not comfortable...
Go on.
Well, and this is as far as I've got. Special Branch have detained this Iranian guy, Amiri. He's on a wanted list in the Middle East somewhere. Lebanon, I think. Almost 30 years ago. I don't expect you to remember every detail, but it must ring some bells.
Why are you doing this? I'm sure you should give it to someone else. Code of ethics, etc.
I'll make a judgment. Your reaction when I first mentioned Amiri's name. You look like seeing a ghost. What happened? Whatever it is, I have options. You know that.
Jordan. He was wanted in Jordan for murder.
Who did he kill?
A newspaper editor, critic of the Ayatollahs. This was before Amiri came to the UK. You know how Special Branch found out about this?
No.
I told them. Used my family connections in Tehran.
What did they tell you?
Amiri came from an important clan, people who'd prospered under the Shah. After Khomeini took over, he saw the writing on the wall. Got in with the clerics. They sent him to Jordan.
And that's when the murder happened.
And the Jordanians wanted him extradited from the UK to stand trial, which is what Special Branch wanted us to do when they picked him up.
So you helped out the police, the guy was taken off the streets and sent back to face justice.
The next station is...
That's not what happened, is it?
Change for...
Be in the file, Monica.
Exit for...
Why don't you just tell me?
How was Beethoven?
There's a complication with the Monica thing.
Of course there is.
She told me something last night.
I don't want to hear this.
He was a wanted man. A killer. The police were going to extradite him.
I don't want to know.
She blocked it. Monica.
Why?
The government had a decision to make. Send him back to Jordan to face justice or use him as a political tool.
With the Rushdie thing going on?
They thought it might give them some leverage with Tehran. It was discussed in cabinet.
They sent him to Iran?
On Monica's advice.
He's taking a personal interest. The cabinet secretary. Everything okay?
Yeah, of course.
He wants to list all the files yet to be completed.
And we have to stop work to write this list. God help us.
What are you working on?
At this exact moment?
Yes. It's a pretty straightforward question. Which file are you reviewing?
Cold War, East-West relations.
Satanic versus disorder in Bradford. Well, last I heard, that wasn't part of the Cold War.
Fiona was showing me something in there.
Is there a problem, Fiona?
No problem, Derek.
If you need advice or guidance, come to me. Jonathan's too busy, or should be.
I will. Thanks.
You sure there isn't an issue with the file?
No issue. Not at all.
In that case, we'll return it to Fiona. Could you both have a list for me by lunchtime, please?
Sorry.
Bastard.
I didn't know what else to say.
If this thing blows up...
Should I protect her? Block the file's release?
You know what, Jonathan? She made a calculation. The whole cabinet did. They thought our national interest would be better served by doing the expedient thing, however distasteful.
What would you do in my position?
I'd release the files in the normal way. Inevitably, someone will come across the story, but all governments make errors of judgment. It's not a crime.
Oh, no Shofi tonight.
Are you going to release it, the Amiri file?
I don't know yet.
Because if you are, I'd like some warning.
Fiona thinks you did nothing to be ashamed of.
She knows about it.
Of course, she's my partner. She's very supportive, by the way.
That's because she's in love with you.
It's you she's defending. Made a judgment call in difficult circumstances, that's her take.
Sorry, childish remark.
And inaccurate.
Do we have any of that Lagavulin left?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, have one with me.
Okay.
Presumably, Fiona thinks the files should be released.
Fiona pretty much always thinks that. Big fan of transparency.
And you?
Well, there's a place for secrecy, if national security is affected. Or our strategic alliances.
I'm not sure that this qualifies.
That's why I haven't made up my mind. This whole affair, it's been hanging over you for years.
Yes.
Why didn't you confide in me?
It wasn't necessary.
If you'd shared the burden...
And you, Jonathan? Have you shared all your burdens with me? Has it crossed your mind maybe that's why we're still together?
Well, because we don't share
Because
things.
we don't burden each other.
Well, maybe we should. If we had that need for each other, we might still be able to...
What? Connect. If only we'd sent Amiri to Jordan, he'd have spent decades in jail, unable to do harm.
You did what seemed right at the time.
It's why I quit politics. Resigned from the government, gave up my seat. I couldn't live with it. You don't believe me, do you?
Seems a little melodramatic. Really not your style.
If you had all the facts.
Well, I don't. And unless you share them with me...
You've heard of the law of unintended consequences.
Like what?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
Honestly, Jonathan, there's nothing to be gained from dredging it all up again. If you feel you have to release the damn files, if that's more important to you than my reputation, than the future of my foundation, well then, just get on with it.
Oh, I hope I didn't get you up.
What do you think? Come in, Shofi. She's in the shower. You know where the coffee is.
Jonathan, is there a problem?
What?
That she hasn't told me anything, really. Except that you might...
I might what?
Well, there's a situation. Past indiscretions on Monica's part.
That's a quaint way to put it.
And you might be about to make them public.
Are you sure you want to get into this, Shofi?
I'm kind of surprised. I always thought people in your position weren't supposed to talk about this stuff until after it's declassified.
It really isn't any of your business.
Except that you're a public servant, and I'm a member of the public you serve.
Oh, you pay my wages, is that it?
No, of course not.
Well, sounds like a fair deal, given the amount of cash you've extracted from my wife for your research.
Look, I think you're deliberately misunderstanding me here.
Yeah, well, spell it out then.
A lot of people have put their necks on the line to make this conference happen, especially Monica. I mean, a former Tory minister reaching out to people with pretty controversial views.
Not to mention their own past indiscretions. You're not without form yourself, from what I hear.
Yeah, I flirted with Al-Muhajirun, like a lot of other people.
Nice harmless word, isn't it? Flirted.
What matters is I got out of it, and I know how it works, so I can help other people get out of it. You don't think it's important, is that right?
You're making them respectable. Radicals and apologists for terror. You're giving them cover.
And what have you covered up for? What files have you censored? Shoot to kill in Northern Ireland? Arms sales to tyrants and dictators? You've colluded in hiding the evidence, keeping them secret.
And now, because it suits you, you want me to hide the evidence.
I want you to do the right thing.
And if I don't? Do you have a strategy?
I don't believe it'll come to that, Jonathan.
Monica! Monica! Shofi's downstairs.
I know, it's early.
You told him.
What? Let me explain.
He's just tried to emotionally blackmail me in my own hallway.
I had to give him some notice.
Notice of what?
Well, that my reputation might be, compromised.
Yet you didn't tell me. This compromising secret has been eating away at you for years, or so you say.
And you think I should have warned you?
No, Monica, I think you should have trusted me.
As you trusted me?
Oh, don't try and turn it round.
Why not? You accuse me of keeping...
How much did you tell him?
The bare bones.
Do you have any idea how much trouble... If it comes out that I've revealed the contents of a classified file?
Well, nobody forced you to reveal it. You came home from work one day and told me.
I didn't know then what I know now.
And as a result of your indiscretion, I ended up telling you a truth you didn't want to hear.
Oh, the bits you wanted to tell me.
The choice we made back in 1989, was it so terrible?
That is not the issue.
No? So you think what I did was morally defensible at the time?
Yes.
Then why should I be punished for it now?
It's not about punishment. The truth matters. The facts of history. For me to cover them up, it's unprofessional, unethical.
Only if you choose to call it a cover-up.
What would you call it?
A sensible act of self-preservation.
That almost sounds like a threat. Monica... What the hell do you want from me?
I want you to take responsibility. Do whatever you think is right.
Surprised you have time for this, Jonathan.
I don't.
It's all hands to the pump here. Just getting the series releases done.
Likewise.
Yet, you found a window for a little off-piste reading. Must be pretty important.
It is.
Right. I've had to put you in here. Glorified broom cupboard, I'm afraid.
I appreciate it, Lucas.
It goes without saying that the files don't leave this room.
Of course.
If you need the gents, give me a call. I have to keep the door locked when you're not in here.
You could just give me the key.
Rules is rules, old chum. Have fun.
Box 1, 1989. The ambassador in Tehran wires London. In a meeting with an official from the Iranian Foreign Ministry, I expressed HMG's hope that the return of Amiri will encourage the Iranian government to show restraint in its handling of the Satanic Verses affair. A few days later, another message. The Ayatollah has declared a fatwa against Rushdie. Our strategy in repatriating Amiri has failed to achieve its objective. Hi, Fiona.
Where are you?
Hanslope Park.
You're at the Foreign Office archives. Why?
I'll be back this afternoon.
Derek just came in, face like a smacked arse. Saw the pile of files you haven't read yet.
I'm sorry.
I've never heard Derek swear before.
Fiona, there's a good reason.
This is getting messy. If he comes back...
Well, tell him I'm at the dentist.
And when it turns out you weren't?
I'll deal with it.
You're asking me to lie for you? Again?
Then tell him the truth.
What? Are you serious?
Look, I've got to get on, Fiona. I'll see you later. 1991. Amiri has resurfaced in potentially embarrassing circumstances. It's important that HMG does nothing to call attention to his latest activities. Absolute discretion required. Thanks for coming.
You know why I'm here? Because I'm worried about you. It's becoming an obsession.
The reason she's been so freaked out about this...
Freaked out? Monica?
It wasn't the end of the story. There were consequences.
There still are. Like me losing my job.
Multiple civilian casualties. Amiri became a Hezbollah commander. He planned 2 bombings in Argentina against Jewish targets. Dozens killed. And none of this is in the file we've seen. It happened later.
That's why you were out at Hounslow Park.
She could have told me herself, but she didn't.
Maybe she's hoping no one will make the connection.
Oh, come on, if we release the file, someone in the press is going to go looking for more on Amiri.
You really didn't know about this?
She gives nothing away. Shares nothing.
And you resent that?
It's like being married to a sphinx.
Secrets and lies, Jonathan. If she knew at the time what you'd done, your marriage would have been over, wouldn't you say?
I don't know.
A fling with a stranger is one thing, but this was a much harder sin to
I'm a
forgive.
hypocrite, is that what you're saying?
You're getting tangled up in this. You need to recuse yourself. Hand over the Monica files to one of the other reviewing teams before it's too late.
And they'll release them unredacted.
Because there's no reason not to. Unless you're married to the person involved.
Happy birthday, dear Justin.
Make me, darling.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, little brother.
Thank you so much. Oysters and bubbly in the morning room. Don't hold back.
I do appreciate this. Couldn't face it on my own this year.
Here are the car keys. I will now be getting quietly sozzled.
Come and talk to some of the cousins first. They're always complaining how little they see of you.
Exhibit A, the man who went to school with no fees.
Makes you positively exotic. And I'm a bit rough.
Oh, is the strange one here, the one who joined the Moonies?
Barbara. She married a Buddhist.
Oh, same thing.
He works in wealth management. Come on.
Hiding away, Jonathan.
Just taking a breather.
Let me give you a top-up. Saw you getting mobbed by the cousins. Oh, they love you to bits. We all do.
I'm sure I'm not worthy.
No, seriously, you are an emissary from the real world. Taking on a challenge like Monica and sticking out for what, 25 years? That takes a special kind of man.
Yeah. I was looking at these. I don't think I've seen them before.
The Persian years. That blonde kid on the horse is me, believe it or not. And Monica holding the reins. Always so grown up.
Meeting the Shah.
My parents are very proud of this photo. They loved it there.
Must have come as a shock to them, the revolution.
Oh, God. It was a disaster. All our oil fields nationalised, our drilling licences revoked.
You did okay though, didn't you? Family's not exactly on its uppers.
Well, my father got most of the Petron assets out in the 70s, and he managed not to burn his Persian bridges.
Cozied up to the Ayatollahs.
Pa knew they'd need to invite Western exploration companies back in eventually to make the oil fields profitable. The question was, which companies? Well, the whole Rushdie business was a problem, obviously, but Pa wangled a few drilling licences.
How did he do that?
Well, mainly thanks to Monica, of course. But I'm sure you know all that already.
Know what, exactly?
Ah, hello, big sis.
He probably knows what already.
Believe me, Justin, she never tells me anything.
Oh, that's hardly true.
How much your parents loved Tehran, news to me.
I don't remember you asking.
The length your pa would go to get the business going again. I was in the dark. I wonder why.
Maybe it's because you're paranoid, darling, and not always to be trusted.
No, children. Well, I'm going to pop out the back for a quick ciggy.
You need to give up. Again.
And I will, in a few hours, when it's no longer my birthday. Oh, kiss and make up while I'm gone. Pretty please.
Sabotage.
What?
Is that your plan? My career, my family, our marriage?
Do you think I have a plan?
What were you trying to get out of him? I heard your leading question.
He didn't need leading. He was quite happy to paint a picture for me. That's something you've never done.
What do you want to know? Tehran? It was frustrating. Every time I felt I was getting a handle on the place, I'd have to come back to school. And I loathed them all, the expats. Spent their lives drinking and screwing, ignoring the beautiful, special country all around them.
If you'd have told me that, I'd have gone back with you. Help you reconnect. I always wanted to see us, Fahan.
I'm not sure we'd be welcome there now.
We could try.
I'm game if you are.
Let's go home. I've had enough. I want to apologise. I should have confided in you years ago. It would have been healthier for us both. For our marriage.
Did you ever tell anyone about Amiri?
My father, before he died.
Does that count? You already knew most of it.
I wish I'd told you.
What's this about, this sudden conversion? Do you think it's what I want to hear? A way to keep me on side?
Is that really how you see me?
How I see you, let's think. Always in control. Nothing happens without a reason.
The other day, you accused me of not trusting you. And now when I do...
Do you, though?
Yes. You refuse it.
If you trust me, why haven't you told me about Buenos Aires? The bomb attacks. The dozens of mutilated bodies.
You've been digging. Does anyone else know?
Not yet. You didn't kill those people. He did.
You can waste your time trying to make me feel better, but let me assure you of something. I will never, ever forgive myself.
I have a daughter. Her name is Kitty. She's 15. Kitty's mother was... she used to come to the house to give you piano lessons.
Carolina?
Yeah, you remember her.
I was extremely fond of Carolina.
She was fond of you too, which is why she didn't want you to know about the baby, about the affair.
That was her decision. Nothing to do with you.
Well, I wanted to get it out there. I didn't see how we could possibly keep it secret, but Carolina said she'd take the child back to Prague if I told you.
That's your version of what happened, is it?
It's the truth. You already knew.
I got a letter when the child was 5 years old.
From who?
That doesn't matter.
Well, it matters to me.
It was Carolina's mother. She thought I should know. They pretty much blackmailed us. They saw a chance to give the child a bespoke English upbringing, funded by the monies I've given you over the years, the trust funds and the annuities.
When you found out, Monica, how did you feel?
I was upset, naturally.
Yeah, what else, Beth? Betrayed, abused? What went on in your indecipherable brain?
I hired a private detective.
Oh, you had me followed.
To be sure that the affair was over.
Hang on, couldn't you have tried confronting me? Asking me for the truth?
Too risky. If you'd lied, then that would have been the end of the marriage.
Somewhere in this process of rigorous analysis, did you decide to forgive me?
Yes. Although I was very hurt.
And for that I am sorry. Truly.
I didn't think Carolina would do that to me. I misread her.
If it had happened the other way round, I would have been totally shattered.
How much does it cost? Per annum, Kitty's lifestyle. School fees, private healthcare, clothes, ski trips.
I don't know exactly. 50, 60 at least.
It's the most important thing in the world, isn't it? The love and respect you get from Kitty. It would break your heart if she thought less of you. Am I right? So, you know what you have to do.
Got the tickets through today for Verviers. Thanks again, Dad.
Kitty, I need to talk to you about something. It's possible that my financial situation is going to change.
Okay.
The thing is, I have to make a decision. A kind of moral choice.
What's it about?
Well, I can't tell you that, but it will have a bearing on my life with Monica. Sorry, Kitty.
Go ahead.
Hello, Derek.
Where the hell are you?
Look, I understand why...
It's deadline day. We've got to send everything over to the National Archives.
By 4 p.m, yes, I'm aware of that.
The Cabinet Secretary is personally monitoring.
I'm sorry if I made your life difficult.
Fiona's just told me there's one file you still haven't finished working on.
Yeah, that's correct, Derek.
Is there a problem? Are you planning to withhold it?
Possibly.
On what grounds?
Yeah, I haven't decided yet.
Are you trying to get us all fired, Jonathan?
Don't be ridiculous.
This file. It's the Bradford one. Civil disorder.
Correct.
I gave that to Fiona with strict instructions, but you took it back. Why?
I'll explain later.
You're in serious trouble. You understand that? Section 33 of the Code of Conduct for handling ministerial correspondence, and so's Fiona.
It's all my fault, Derek. Leave Fiona out of it. I have to go now.
Jonathan?
Are you okay?
Yes, of course. Let's get some coffee. Cappuccino?
This problem with Monica.
Yeah. Look, she comes from a very wealthy background, which is how I've been able to send you to the best schools and pay for the skiing holidays.
Okay, that makes sense.
So if things go wrong with Monica, you won't have those things anymore. You'll have to do your A-levels at a state school. How do you feel about that?
I think I'd manage. I'm sure I would.
That's a very mature way of looking at it.
It's completely your decision, is it?
I'm afraid it is.
And the morally right thing would make you poor.
Well, that's the thing, Kitty. I'm not even sure it is the morally right thing. It might actually be the wrong thing.
Wait, so isn't it a bit of an extreme gesture?
Yeah, quite possibly.
I mean, I'm happy to make sacrifices if something good comes of it, but if it's just kind of pointless...
You don't see why your life should have to change.
Not just my life, yours as well. You don't want to suddenly have no money at your age.
No, I certainly don't want that, no.
God, how selfish do I sound?
You sound honest.
No, you've got to do whatever you think is right. I'm just trying to help you, you know? So you don't do something we all regret.
Fiona.
Don't even speak to me.
I need to talk.
I tried to warn you. As a colleague and friend, as someone you could trust.
Yes.
And I thought I could trust you. To take responsibility. Instead, you abandon your post and leave me here on my own to deal with Derek, who, by the way, is sticking voodoo pins in a plasticine Jonathan as we speak.
Yeah, I know. Look, I'm sorry. I take full responsibility.
It's too late. I've already been caught out, telling pathetic lies to protect you and that devious bitch who never deserved you in the first place.
Whatever way I turn it, I come to the same conclusion. I have to withhold the file.
Monica strikes again. You're a coward.
If I release it, that's the end of my marriage. He's made that clear.
If you release it, you've done your job, with honour.
What about Kitty? She's been raised with a certain lifestyle, expectations.
There's a reason why we do this job, yeah? Why we expose these documents to the light of day. Accountability, integrity, whatever you want to call it. It's not a game, it's a guarantee. That someday the truth will out. The rotten policies and political back-scratching will be revealed.
I can't do it.
So, freedom of information. You think it's up for grabs? At the mercy of your complicated domestic situation? You've made your choice, Jonathan. Don't expect me to forgive you for it.
Hello?
Hi, Jonathan. It's Lucas at Hanslope Park.
Oh, Lucas.
You asked me the other day if I'd seen any files about British companies drilling for oil in Iran.
In the 1990s, yeah, you drew a blank.
Well, I came across some names this morning. Companies who applied for drilling licenses in 1991. They were all turned down, except one.
Was it Patterson?
Well, yeah, that's right. Patterson. There was a memo from the commercial attaché explaining why Patterson got approval while the rest were refused. Kind of interesting language.
Like what?
I jotted it down somewhere. Yeah. We believe the success of the Patterson bid was due to unique circumstance. Part of a quid pro quo.
A quid pro quo? They used those words?
Yeah. Weird, isn't it?
Hey, buddy, come on in.
So sorry to bother you just then.
No problemo. Your call was the most exciting thing that's happened today. I get pretty bored of working from home. what you're doing, I think it's a fantastic idea.
Well, it's something different. Story of a life kind of thing.
Yeah, I wish someone had done an album for my birthday.
Well, maybe next year, if you play your cards right.
So you're after the Iranian version?
Yeah, from when you were kids.
Oh, yes, you're right. They've got to be in the album.
Yeah, thanks. I'll get copies made, obviously, return the originals to you.
Sounds like a plan.
Just remind me so I can get it right for the album. You mentioned your father was able to go back into business in Iran, even after the Ayatollahs had nationalised the oil fields.
Yeah, Petran was given some drilling licenses in the early 90s, I think.
How did he swing that?
Persistence, the odd sweetener when required, and it didn't hurt having a government minister in the family.
She's a smart operator, all right. Was there something in particular she did?
Yeah, there was a guy in jail in the UK, an Iranian. Now, this is strictly entre nous.
Well, of course.
He was accused of something rather serious stuff. But the people in Tehran wanted him back. Do you know, I'm surprised she hasn't told you this.
No, she did, yonks ago. It's the old memory slipping its moorings.
I know the feeling.
So this was while your father was applying for licenses?
You bet. There was a lot riding on it, the future of the business. I don't know how she did it, but Monica got the guy sent home to Tehran. A couple of years later, Pa got the go-ahead. Bit of a quid pro quo, you might say. And we're all still spending the proceeds, you included, you lucky boy.
It's quite a story.
No, you wouldn't want to put too much of that in the album. Family and close friends only.
Yeah, of course, Justin. Thanks. Not a word to Monica, okay? Don't want to spoil the surprise. Come on, pick up.
Did I not make myself clear?
Fiona.
I'll block your number. Seriously.
Send the file. I want you to release it. The Monica file. Send it to Q with the rest.
Does Monica know?
Not yet.
Don't leave it too long. The press will be reading these files first thing tomorrow. She'll be trending on Twitter by 11:00.
Fiona.
What?
Please don't block my number.
You think it's all okay now?
You're the only one.
What?
There's no one else I can talk to. Just you.
I'm sorry. I'm not sure I want that responsibility anymore.
What is the most precious commodity in the world today? Is it gold, or uranium maybe, or celebrity? Here at the Reclamation Foundation, we think it's something else. We believe that the most precious commodity is truth. Truth and honesty in all things.
Hello, Shofi.
Jonathan, I didn't know you were joining us. Come for an education?
I need to speak to my wife.
She's pretty tied up, as you can see.
I can wait.
You know what this means to her, right?
I know.
And to me, to all of us. I mean, there are people here who have literally risked their lives to speak out. That's how important they think this is. Jonathan, you're going to jeopardise all that. Is that why you're here?
Weren't you listening just now? She said the most important thing in the world is truth and honesty. Do you agree with that?
Of course.
Do you know the truth about how this foundation, your employer, was originally funded?
I think I do, yes.
Well, you're wrong. When you get a chance, ask my wife to give you the facts. Ask her where the money came from.
I'll tell them. Your department. I'll tell them you've been spreading state secrets around like manure.
It's a bit late for that, Shofi.
So we can put our young people back on the right path. Thank you.
Shofi, was that good? They seem to respond to it. Jonathan, what do you want? Have you come to tell me that you're going to do it, or that you...
It's done. The files are on their way to Q as we speak.
And they'll be available to the press?
First thing tomorrow. Press and public. It's called freedom of information.
I thought you decided...
I had. I didn't want to mess this up for you.
So what changed?
Quid pro quo.
What?
The Petran deal. Drilling licenses. In exchange for Amiri.
So you followed the trail all the way to the end. I have to admit it, I'm surprised. You're clear about the consequences, yes?
You expected me to turn a blind eye. A whitewash.
You've lived on easy street thanks to Amiri. Your precious love child has gone to the best schools and the smartest parties.
The difference is I didn't know.
And if you had known, would you have betrayed my secret? Wrecked our marriage, sent Kitty to the failing comprehensive round the corner?
Dozens of people died in Argentina because you chose to send Mehdi Amiri home to Tehran.
He wasn't Hezbollah when I sent him.
He was well on the way. A murderer already, spewing hate. You of all people, you must know that.
Yes. Now, 30 years later, now I can see the path he was on. What do you think this is all about?
It's a guilt trip, funded with blood money. It wasn't an innocent error of judgment. You and your family, you used him to seal the deal.
Have you told your daughter that you've screwed up her idyllic little life?
Oh, she'll survive. Her mother will have to give some extra piano lessons.
I warned you, Jonathan. I spelled it out for you. Too much openness is a dangerous thing.
More dangerous than deceiving the people who love you. I'm suspended now, pending a disciplinary hearing. In the current job-cutting climate, I have no illusions. Fiona's on a knife edge too, but I'm hopeful. She's much better suited to the job than I am. Monica has hired the best divorce lawyer in London. Well, of course she has. They were at school together. I'll be lucky to end up with the last bottle of single malt. That's probably why she's summoned me to what used to be our house, but has only ever really been hers. To divvy up the CDs and maybe present me with a large legal bill. How are you?
You've seen the papers, I assume?
Yes.
Well then, you know how I am.
It's just about the paperwork. I've told my lawyer to get
It's
the move
not
on.
about the paperwork. There's someone here to see you.
Hi, Dad.
Kitty.
I contacted Kitty last week. Hope you don't mind.
Well, that depends.
It was brought to my attention that you were about to default on her school fees.
By Carolina? Or the grandmother?
And on the outstanding payment for Kitty's ski trip. Both of those bills have now been settled.
Oh, by you. Oh, very elegant.
I've decided to maintain Kitty's current level of financial support, at least until she's completed her education. I see no good reason why her future should be blighted by the mistakes and indiscretions of those who came before her.
This is what you've decided. Right, Kitty, how do you feel about this?
It's very generous.
This woman knew about your existence for more than a decade, yet did nothing to welcome you in. She never even asked to meet you.
Did you suggest that she should?
I would have, if the circumstances...
You did nothing to acknowledge me.
For good reason.
Is there a good reason to deny someone's existence?
Your welfare? Your future?
Kitty and her mother have already accepted my offer.
Without even talking to me first?
It's the best thing, Dad. Don't you see that? After all that's happened to Monica, I think it's amazing that she'd even consider doing this.
There's a box of your things by the front door. Don't forget to take them on your way out.
In Redacted by Hugh Costello, Jonathan was played by Nicholas Murchie, Fiona was played by Lauren O'Neill, Shofi by Ashley Kumar, and Justin by John Dougall. Kitty was played by Alice Kerrigan, Derek by Christian Patterson, and Lucas by David Reakes. Greta Scacchi played Monica, and the play was directed by Alasdair.